We're live. Hey everybody, it is Saturday night. It is Atop the Fourth Wall plays Fallout New Vegas. Joining me this evening, we've got Zenith Will Rule.
Hello everybody, I'm Zenith Warrior Princess, the cutest of buns.
We got the Game Show Reviewer.
Howdy y'all, I'm your Game Show Reviewer, reviewing the Game Show greats and the occasional dud.
And Crimson is out tonight because they are getting surgery, but joining us this evening we got Noel.
Gonorexia.
A.K.A. Heavy Rex.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. We're talking about this. We're gonna get this damn contest going again.
Dustin
For the love of God, can it just end? The fact that people are still excited and happy about it after 3 years. 3 years! This storyline has been going. This was not supposed to take this long. Sleepwalker was complicated. This is not.
Yeah, this was not supposed to last 3 years. Not even in the slightest.
Not in the slightest. Not even, it was probably overly ambitious of me to think I could get it done before the 10th anniversary. But come on, Patrick Caulfield, I'm the only one in the most busy department of Lowe's today, even though 3 should be in the store. Have to deal with mean customers and customers opening boxes without buying. Need some laughs. So sorry about that. Kelly O'Hara, sitting here like drunk Inigo Montoya. I am waiting for the streaming.
Was that drunken Inigo Montoya, or was that drunk Georgie? I can't tell.
No, that was drunken Inigo Montoya. Because remember, he's drunk during one bit because he's waiting for Vicini.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for Vicini. He told me to go back to the beginning. And here I am.
Andre just dunking his head in the water, yeah.
He informed him of what had happened with Count Rugen.
Hey, John the Wizard has an interesting question. Wonder if anyone in the contest has died due to time being inconsistent between universes.
The Temlins account for this kind of thing.
Yeah, I imagine they wouldn't let something go on longer than it's supposed to.
Yeah.
I do believe Pylo shifted like 6 months ago. That's about it.
Of course, I think Linkara is going to have some complaints to lodge with the Temlins.
Most likely, yes.
I am still Team Pylo. I'm wondering how Pylo will win, but I have faith that Pylo will win.
The betting boards of Alger are still heavily favoring him.
Mm-hmm. I'm still favoring Sphinx Yonder.
Mm-hmm. Connor Johnson, are you guys fans of the band Nine Inch Nails? I mean, not like... For me, I tend to be like a fan of songs more than bands, so like...
Yeah.
So, like, not in particular. Also, WandaVision finale was yesterday. No spoilers. If you spoil, you will be banned from the chat completely.
That is basically your one and only warning.
No fake spoilers either.
Please read the rules.
We want to make people. We want to allow people the time to actually watch and enjoy these shows.
Not everyone's had a chance to watch everything. We appreciate... It's actually one of the things that I appreciate about the fact that it's a weekly series as opposed to everything released all at once. It lets people have some time between shows to actually, like, watch it.
I've had to actually get up early just so I could watch it before I go to work every day.
I had to set up a Twitter extension. I don't usually use app extensions, or like Edge or Firefox extensions or the like. But I had to in this case just to make sure that no spoilers were dropped.
I got lucky actually because I work at nights, so every Thursday night I would be at work, and I usually go on Twitter in between just to keep myself preoccupied. I was lucky that my friends did not spoil things, but you know I got lucky because my friends are cool people.
Dakota Doyle, this question is for everyone. What are your thoughts on the Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes and Pokemon Legends Arceus? I forgot to publicize last week's video, partially because it can't be monetized, like that music that everyone's warning about from the radio played, so it got claimed immediately, even though I don't think it was even very loud, if at all. So I'm looking forward to it, but I don't think the Gen 4 I don't like the Gen 4 remakes art style or their statement that they're going to try to be faithful, because the original Diamond and Pearl are really imperfect, terrible games that Platinum fixed a lot of the problems with. Pokemon Legends is going to be fun, though. I'm looking forward to that. I don't know if anyone else has any remaining thoughts.
I do. I really enjoy the look of the remakes. As someone who hasn't played the original, I do hear that they're going to be slow, but I have faith that, you know, they're going to be interesting remakes, and even if not, it'll be a good jumping on point for me. Legends Arceus looks amazing, but I have Genshin Impact, and I want to play Genshin Impact.
Well, it's not going to be quite the same amount of slowness because Diamond and Pearl were the first Pokemon games for the DS, and they just weren't used to it yet. So at the very least, we'll have much better loading times. Because like they used to have a massive saving problem. Like saving would take forever in game. It would take forever to load stuff. It would take forever for an actual battle to start. Like Tamahiro did her reviews of the games, and she like broke down exactly how long it took just from a trainer walking up to you to you actually being able to push a button to start to do something. It was like 30 to 40 seconds. Captain Adventure 1983. Hey, Lewis, Risky Star. I think there was actually a super chat before that, actually.
Yeah, there's two. Anacomic Geek. Good news. Superboy Prime is in the Infinite Crisis audiobook. Bad news. 1, the credits don't say who voiced who, and 2, if the Countdown audiobook is like the comic or is like the novel, Mr. Whiny isn't in it.
Neat.
Who would you cast as Superboy Prime?
I have no idea.
Linkara.
I mean, come on, that's the only correct answer. Patrick Caulfield, given how powerful the Temlins are, you think the entity could have been best friends or could have been friends with them since it did develop a love for games and Sleepwalker? I just find the idea of the entity as a judge funny.
I'm sure you do find it funny, but bear in mind, the entity was not friends with anybody. It saw itself as a superior life form to all other things and wanted to absorb everything until it realized the pointlessness of its own existence. The games were a distraction for it. I'm ruining the joke.
Captain Avenger 93. Hey, Lois, I recently started to play Pokemon Sword again due to being busy with work. I got a fossil Pokemon, and dear God, what has science done?
Yeah, I love the concept behind the fossil Pokemon in Sword and Shield, that Britain, for the longest time, just kind of stuck random fossils together to create new animals because they didn't know what the hell they were doing.
I love that so much.
Those poor creatures who look like they're in constant pain.
7 Seraphim 7. I'm not the only one who wakes up early for it. I'm guessing you're referring to WandaVision. See. Cameron Tives. Georgie, after forming the new ARSTOTZKA, what would you do to improve the dysfunctional immigration system that plagued the old ARSTOTZKA?
I think it was perfectly fine. I mean, you just got to make sure you've got the right paperwork, and as a great citizen of ARSTOTZKA, I know how to provide the proper paperwork. See, says right here on passport, proper paperwork.
Connor Johnson. No, it said please stamp here. Connor Johnson. Later this year, we're getting a new movie called The Green Knight. From the looks of it, the film has the potential of becoming one of the best adaptations of Arthurian folklore in recent memory.
Yep, I will probably take a look at that when I get a chance. Probably, I don't think I don't actually know the story behind Gawain and the Green Knight. And you would think I would, being the Arthurian guy, but I tend to follow like the primary narrative, as opposed to a lot of the individual knights and whatnot. So I actually don't even know what the hell the story is behind Gawain and the Green Knight.
I think that one's more famous just because there's the Tolkien translation of it out there.
Mm-hmm.
And the Green Knight movie looks interesting. It's more of a kind of dark art movie, but given that Excalibur was pretty much a dark art movie. I
was gonna say I'm just so tired of dark art movies, but then again, Excalibur, yeah, Excalibur's fun in its own way.
Arthurian Blade Runner, yeah, basically.
Well, you know what they say: a woman in the lake is no basis for any form of government. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna swap over to the game because we got a lot of super chats coming in.
I'll say the best King Arthur was when that high school bus of football players went back in time.
I'm not familiar with that one, but now I kind of want to.
King Arthur and the Knights of Justice, a terrible early 90s cartoon.
Joseph Allen, I used to like the Birds of Prey movie. Then I watched your Cassandra Cain retrospective and began reading comics, and it ruined it for me. What do you think of their portrayal of Cass?
I have never not watched the movie, so I would not know. But I know universally most people tend to hate that. Think that's the only bad part. Look at that! Disintegration of Feral Ghoul. That was beautiful.
That was awesome.
And a Comic Geek, is it sad I actually had fan cast Lewis as Clark Prime for a fanfic idea? Considering his thoughts, though.
Should we carry human flesh around?
Oh, wow. And I think what's worse is the icon.
Good. That's some good eating.
That's some good Mondo butter right there.
Let's see. And a Comic Geek. Is it sad I actually had cast? Is it sad I had cast Lewis as Clark Prime for a fanfic idea? Considering his thoughts, though, may I change that?
Fan cast me as what?
Clark Prime.
Yeah, go ahead for fan casting. It's fine. Ooh, Eddie just like blasted his head off.
Your head explode.
Gordon ZX, forgot to ask you about this last week. Thoughts on the design for Star Trek Prodigy, and do you think they look like they came from a different sci-fi show?
Pretty much, yeah. The Star Warsification of Star Trek continues, in my opinion. It's not that they look bad. It's that it to me, it's just like, let's just keep adding new alien races to add to the diversity. This comes across poorly the way I say it. Add to the diversity of the universe. Although that's a dumb way of stating that. It's that Star Wars was very much in favor of making the universe have as many different aliens as possible. It's why I didn't really have that much of a problem with them not having any familiar races in the sequel trilogy. Like, a lot of people complain about lack of Twi'leks in the bar or something like that. But Star Wars has always been about, let's see how many cool creatures we can have, versus Star Trek, which then it seems to have lacking any kind of familiar races. But you know what? I can get over that part. It's just that it looks like a Star Wars show.
Yeah, and I think the phrase is atmospheric iconography.
That's it. Yeah, I get what you mean.
It feels like Star Trek. What is the core? Not so much like the front and center iconography, but what are the core like seams of the iconography that, as long as you still maintain that, it's cool to add new things. Like when the Borg came, that was a whole new look, but the Borg were then grafted on top of Starfleet, so it still had that core iconography.
There's just been, it just feels like we're not trying. We're carrying. I feel like I'm an asshole whenever I try to talk about this.
They're cool designs. It looks like a fun show. It needs to still show that it's Star Trek.
Yeah, I myself am curious to see where it goes. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. One of those characters obviously looks like Yaphet from the Orville. So long as and I don't know. I think they said that one of the characters sort of looks like a Tellarite, and you know what? I'd be on board with that because I don't think we've ever had a Tellarite main character.
Yeah, I think I'd be down for that at least.
a Tellarite is a known species. So
and plus, considering since we want to have conflict in the show and witty banter between characters, having a Tellarite character would be a great source of that. Someone who is constantly snarky about everything.
Oh, absolutely, because we all know Tellarites are well known for their arguing. But I better continue the super chats. Daniel Brandt with $110. Thank you very much. And well, it's Canadian money, so what's the exchange rate? Like that's $10. I kid.
It's just fancy ham.
I'm still pretty sure that's still around $100. So thank you so much.
Daniel, I'm sorry, I just had to. Daniel Brandt, who's got 2 thumbs and was given a 1,100 tax refund, giving 10% to you? This guy.
Thanks you so much. You certainly didn't have to, but I appreciate it.
Thanks for entertaining me for 10 years, and here's to many more. As for a Fallout side quest choice, I know nothing of the game, so I'll let the chat vote on that one.
All right, chat. See if there's a consensus among them for stuff they would like me to cover.
Zen, that one's on you. Patrick Caulfield. I actually already read that one. Cinema reviews. Have you seen Doom Patrol? It's a fantastic show.
I have never. I actually like. Whoop, that scrap metal. It fell behind the thing. I've seen like clips of it, but I've never actually watched it myself, like on an active basis. I'm just not interested. That's the thing. I want to actually get back up on comics again somehow before I. Eddie, where are you? I need to dump stuff on you. There you are. I want to actually like get caught in comics before I try to watch a bunch of shows that are not connected with each other.
Yeah, and I want to check it out. I just started rereading the original Arnold Drake Bruno Premiani run, which I read years ago, and so I wanted to get fresh into that again before I check out the show.
Benjamin Hall, have you heard about how DC has changed Scott Allen in Infinite Frontier? No spoilers, but it's so brief as to be lazy. Also,
I know what they're talking about. Long story short, they have basically made him gay in the main universe as opposed to the Earth 2 version. I'm a little disappointed with only one thing about that, and that's basically said that basically he said the way he said it in regards to like his wife and stuff, because obviously he has children, was that he loved them with all their heart, but he loved them with his mind or something like that, but not like physically the same thing. And I'm kind of objecting to that. You could just make him bi.
By the way, I in relation to the side quest, I'm seeing a lot of votes for GI Blues, so that's what it's going to be. GI
Blues. Add
Blues.
GI Blues to the list. We gotta come across and do.
Yep, GI Blues.
Captain Avenger 93. Oh, don't worry, Lewis. He got ahead of himself.
What?
Yeah, I don't mind making him gay in the main universe. It's just like it feels like they're once again bi erasure.
Adam J. Roman. Hey, Lewis, are you familiar with the Isekai anime? I believe that is.
Isekai.
Isekai. Thank you.
I am familiar with it.
I am too. I'm not a big fan of Isekai because, like, I like Log Horizon and SAO and a few others, but the best Isekai is Space Jam. Once you do Space Jam, you can't go back. Think about it. It actually is an Isekai. But what I'm actually really into, and my friend got me into, and unfortunately got dicked around due to the pandemic, Appare Ranman. Appare Ranman is the best anime to happen in probably 10-15 years. It is an instant classic, and you all should watch Appare Ranman.
Yeah, and Isekai is one of those things that's kind of hard to define because it's a concept more than it is a genre. It's you go to another world and there's so many different things you could do with that. I'm not really a big fan of the reincarnated style of Isekai.
Same.
I love the concept of the VR MMORPG Isekais because that's a lot of emerging technologies. That's kind of more interesting in terms of what stories will actually build on the sociology of that. That's one of the things I actually kind of like about Sword Art Online. It has other story issues, but I like a lot of the sociological world building. And I mean, honestly, like it's hard to top Isekai once you have Mask of Zegai. I want to see if anyone in the chat remembers that one.
There are some really good ones. I mean, the original like
Escaflowne.
anime
Escaflowne.
Isekai was .hack, and there have been some good ones. I like SAO despite story issues because they utilize a lot of the characters to good effect in later stories, especially SAO2. It just, when you have stuff like Log Horizon and Excel World, which all do it and do it better, the genre is a little bit stagnant at this point. So I want something new, and that's where Pare Ranman comes in.
Two things. One, Mom's What If Stories, constantly repeating the same thing over and over again is basically spamming the chat. Stop it, or we will, or you will get banned. Also, CW Trixie, Yu Yu Hakusho is best isekai. Yu Yu Hakusho is an isekai?
They don't go to another world. That's a shonen.
Yu Yu Hakusho, he like the first episode he dies. That's not an isekai though, because he comes back to the same world.
I mean, there's been great ones like Magic Knights, Ray Earth, Escaflowne.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I would not describe Yu Yu
Hakusho is not on the list of isekai.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's just my opinion. I haven't even watched it actively, but I know enough about it to be like to make
Inuyasha
me
is.
head.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of a weird time. It's more time travel, but I mean,
Those are
it's like you're going into mythology.
Anacomic Geek, Okana and Janeway and Prodigy. I thought I heard SF Debris screaming in horror.
Are you kidding? He's probably so excited that he gets to keep doing Janeway voice because he's only got like 24, I think no more than 24 Voyager episodes left to review. So getting to do more parody Janeway is probably a delight for him.
Yeah, one thing, as someone in the chat just mentioned El Hazard, and someone just posted they're doing a fully remastered Blu-ray edition of that, and that looks gorgeous.
I want to see. This looks like a planetarium or something over here. I want to go explore that.
Also, I can answer the question of why VR would be popular after the incidents in SAO1, because people are still dumb and corporations are greedy. It's very simple.
And it's also that people had adjusted to that world and they still wanted it even with the risks.
Exactly. Like there are various reasons that I could go into.
How do we climb into this thing and fly it?
Oh, if only.
If only.
Are you equipped with a ladder?
Oh, I am not, unfortunately. Man, wouldn't that be great? Eddie, I need you to use you as a boost.
Can you use human flesh as a ladder?
Patrick Caulfield, I messed up my copy paste for that last super chat. Basically, I wanted to ask if you knew the general premise of Green Knight, and if yes, I'll use my next super chat to ask for that.
I don't actually. That's what I was saying earlier. I don't actually know the story of the Green Knight. I just know the title and that it's heavily referenced. I feel stupid for not knowing it. I feel like I've looked it up before, but just did not retain in my memory.
Kaylee O'Hara, if Georgie were a bootlegger, would his name be Georgie LaForgy?
His name is Georgie LaForgy.
My mistake, Georgie LaForgery.
Ah, okay.
Hey, over here. Are you listening? Go to the big room on the east side of this building and take the metal staircase all the way up. And hurry.
We got mysterious voices directing us.
Who I am doesn't matter, smooth skin. Stop wasting time and get up here.
You guys still there? No, somehow I got dropped from the call.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I know where you were.
Yeah, repeat the super chat.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, here's the super chat. From Alicia Seraph. Hi, Lewis. Can I ask you to say two things for me? One is, may your heart be your guiding key.
May your heart be your guiding key.
Kingdom Hearts.
And happy 7th anniversary, Ryzek, I believe that is, from your significant other, Alicia. He's an old fan of yours.
Happy birthday...
Anniversary.
Happy anniversary to... repeat the whole thing again so I remember it.
Happy 7th anniversary, Rizek, R-I-X-E-C, from your significant other, Alicia.
Happy 7th anniversary, Rizek, from your significant other, Alicia.
He's an old fan of yours. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, so I'm getting directions from a mysterious voice because I've entered the facility.
May your heart be your guiding key.
Is that too many syllables for
I'm sorry, I actually understood that reference, so I'm a huge fan of Kingdom Hearts.
T. Williams CA. Good evening, Lewis. Good luck on the stream. And if you find the house in the middle of nowhere with a guy named Torgo, I would avoid him.
Also, if my voice dips out today, I apologize. My challenge for these streams is to keep my voice going, but I've had a bit of a day, just a bit.
Vending machine.
Also, Noel, your mic is muted.
That's because I'm currently eating pizza.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm popping in whenever I say stuff. I'll be done soon.
Okay.
The true pizza was the friends we made along the way.
Yeah, wasn't it?
Gordon CX,
Will you all top my crust, please?
Gordon CX, to be fair, I do agree they need to keep the look of the Trek aliens, but on the other hand, Star Trek is not really known for creative alien design since they're just guys with bumpy foreheads.
Fair
And
enough.
That is actually something of a staple of Star Trek, and if they get too far away from it, it honestly won't look Star Trek. You know, it may have been a requirement of the time, but I think it just became part of the look.
They have an
disagree with
in-universe
that.
explanation why everyone looks like humans.
That too.
I think it's again more if this is a Starfleet group, how are the uniforms conformed to these new beings? That's the thing. It's not so much that you're having new styles of aliens, but how are you incorporating the Starfleet iconography?
This
to
isn't a
these new alien
Starfleet thing. Is the other reason why I'm just not encouraged to watch it.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
it's basically space cases.
I'm just tired of Discovery. We talked about Discovery so many times already. Discovery is currently like the only show that actually follows a Starfleet crew, and I'm not really happy with Discovery.
well, I'm still surprised we have not had a Starfleet Academy show. Like, not like a big dramatic like Lost in Space or type of thing. It's just a Starfleet Academy show.
Yeah,
following
why
these
haven't
kids
we?
through 3
That
years.
seems like an easy concept.
And
It would.
then once that show has run its course, you can still take the popular characters, and then the next time you do a following a ship out in the fleet, you can have them be on the crew now having graduated from Starfleet Academy.
I don't know who would want to sign on for a series that's guaranteed only 4 years.
Well, but again, you can still have a story that goes beyond that. Pick up the next arc
We're
beyond the
joking.
Academy.
There's so many things that.
Hey, Saved by the Bell, the new class, man.
The thing is, so few shows are actually guaranteed in multiple seasons.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Belding.
Oh man. Okay. Movie Monster 457. What's everyone's favorite Troy McClure movie title? I don't know.
I need to think about that.
Yeah, I don't know off the top of my
I
head.
don't think I've gotten to Troy McClure yet. I'm only in the beginning of season 2.
Oh, wait till you get to Troy McClure.
Who's Troy McClure?
From Simpsons.
Oh yeah, I've never followed Simpsons.
Hi,
I'm Troy McClure. You might remember me from such films as Johnny Doesn't Live Here Anymore, and
I'm sure I've caught that over the years. I've never just watched The Simpsons.
You can just look at there's like compilations of every single "Hi, I'm Troy McClure" from, because Phil Hartman was freaking great, and my Clive Sinclair voice is basically doing an impression of Troy McClure.
You might remember me from Kingdom Hearts.
I have to ask. You pronouncing Manos as Monos.
They do that
part
in
of
the
an
movie
accent?
too.
Oh. Okay. See, I don't know nothing. Clockwork
Monos,
Soul,
God of Primal Darkness.
I forgot about that. I was listening too much to the riffing. Clockwork Soul, set in the future, using advanced technology, rebuilding a lost country, and an Eastern Euro accent. Are we sure this isn't Doom 2099?
It is entirely possible. Also, my wife is apparently trying to poke me with a broom from the door. I don't think it's going to reach far enough.
God damn it!
She just yelled "God damn it" in frustration.
Jedi Protector, a new live-action Mortal Kombat is coming out in April. Annihilation was terrible, but the original was a good, cheesy movie. There's an animated Mortal Kombat movie that came out recently with an R rating that it definitely earns.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Caulfield, basically in Green Knight is about said knight making a challenge.
We got a plasma rifle.
All right. Basically, in Green Knight's about said knight making a challenge that he'll stand still for an attack, and the knight in question will come to his castle and receive the same attack.
All right, we only got 12 shots of this thing, but we got to find something to kill.
Yeah.
This is our entire reason for coming here.
So I can cross that side quest off?
Yeah. I think so. Well, there's still the quest itself to do, but this was the main reason to come here. This was our real goal.
All right, I'm going to change the color of the Repcon HQ facility plasma rifle, because that is done. And let's see what else. We did the Legion. Ha 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 ha. Your costume is ridiculous.
Ha 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 ha. Your costume is ridiculous.
And we have established Georgie as bi. So, we have Wang Dang Atomic Tango, side quest in Vault 22, Crazy Crazy Crazy, and GI Blues. That's the stuff that we have not done.
All right, we still got to get that one DLC that Nash recommended. I haven't gotten around to buying it yet, which I should.
Old World Blues, I believe it was.
Yeah, I think that's it.
You know, it's really too bad we can't bring Chuck onto these live streams because I mean he's doing the same game.
Yeah.
Oh wait, the Repcon HQ is different. It has a better plasma rifle.
Yeah, apparently the factory and the rifle and the HQ are two different places.
Okay, then I'm gonna change that back to not done.
7 Seraphim 7. What upcoming MCU series / movies are you all most eager for?
A laser rifle as well as a plasma rifle. I'm looking forward to Multiverse of Madness because I would like to see horror. Like, MCU horror interests me, and getting Sam Raimi on board also makes me happy.
Yeah, I'm really interested in that and the Spider-Man one. I'm just curious to see what both of them do with the multiverse concept.
And just to answer, not a super chat, but we haven't done Crazy 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 already. The side quests that I just listed are not done. They're just stuff that we have to do.
Yeah.
The one thing I'm curious about Eternals, because we haven't really seen much about that, even though that's supposed to be coming out fairly soonish. Like, I'm surprised we haven't had any kind of a teaser trailer or any kind of a promotional lead up to it.
I think they put out a poster.
Yeah, I'm just worried about that kind of falling into the Inhumans trap of just kind of being a half-hearted release. I expect it to be much better than Inhumans, but I'm just kind of curious to see what happens there.
Eddie, I'm giving you another lead pipe. Does Eddie have, like, a weight encumbrance?
I don't think so. I mean, they've basically been saying you can use him as a pack mule.
That's worries. I don't want him to like not be able to kind of help us and stuff.
By the way, I do love the little chipper cartoon characters.
Oh yeah, that's always been the aesthetic of Fallout games.
Oh, I love it.
All right, the Duke. I apologize for my comment during your last live stream. I was mostly making a joke and didn't realize my comment came off as a spoiler for Beast Morphers, so I hope there are no hard feelings.
No hard feelings. It happens.
It happens. Just keep in mind, my hard and fast rule is, if it's 1-year-old, don't spoil it. But I haven't seen Beast Morphers, and it's best to try to avoid them in this particular live stream, regardless of age.
Indeed.
Adam J. Roman, glory to ARSTOTZKA!
Glory to ARSTOTZKA!
Hey Lewis, if able to write a Mr. T story involving Isekai, how would you tell it? How would you tell it? Also,
I would definitely put Mr. T into a fantasy setting where he can beat people up in armor.
And what job would Mr. T take in ARSTOTZKA?
That music keeps playing. Where is the radio that's playing that?
Ooh, I just reincarnated as a bouncer in another world.
I don't want to reincarnate. I want him to like travel through a portal or something.
Mr. T should be transported to like a Knight's
Fluffy
Tale,
Candyland,
so that he can meet Geoffrey Chaucer, and then that would be amazing because then he could be the hype man for Geoffrey Chaucer and be a knight. It'd be awesome.
Let's see here. Benjamin Hall. I recommend you all watch the Sandbaggers TV show.
Okay.
Okay.
Draconis. I have to admit, I would like to see more
Eddie's
Alien...
playing the music. Eddie himself.
Eddie's
is there a way to
playing the
disable
music?
that?
Oh, that sucks. What command is shut up among the commands?
Talk to, back up, keep distance, use melee.
Apparently,
No.
it's his battle music.
Well, I worry because I don't know. Like I said, the music got claimed last week. I don't remember the music playing. Like, and even then, it was so faint. I'm worried about that like whatever Eddie is playing is screwing, is demonetizing stuff.
Oh, you can't disable the victory fanfare. But we don't want to get rid of Eddie.
Oh, we're not getting rid of Eddie. Well, I'll deal with it. Good. We got a cloaking device.
Hey, Draconis, I have to admit, I would like to see more alien designs in Star Trek, but the Prodigy crew looks too Star Wars for me. Yeah, I think I have to agree with that. All right.
All right,
okay.
Serenity. Just to humor you, we are the Crystal Zens.
Yo!
Oh,
Beautiful.
sweet.
Oh wow.
That was worth it.
I think with Prodigy, knowing that they're not part of Starfleet, I think you can do some interesting stuff. Like it's kind of like what would Deep Space Nine be like without the Federation? But again, you still have to find, you just have to have anchor points. There have to at least be some sort of anchor points to the existing universe.
Stop
Cool to do
being
cool. It's cool to do new
infected.
things in there.
And apparently,
Stop
and
being
maybe
infected.
Janeway will be that anchor point.
Oh, nice. I haven't been keeping up
Mark-
with announcements. I didn't know Janeway was in it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mark Burgle, I tend to prefer laser over plasma weapons in this game. Plasma does more damage, but laser weapons actually hit what you're aiming for and fire faster, which is often better.
Unfortunately, we were close enough that we were able to that definitely did enough damage.
T. Williams CA, I'll be watching for yours. Gordon ZX. Wait, you don't want to see a Star Trek spin-off or a Star Trek sitcom spin-off starting soon?
No.
Or starring. My mistake. You don't want to see a Star Trek sitcom spin-off starring Morn.
Oh, I love that.
I mean, maybe that because Morn is awesome, but
Yeah, Morn has so many tales to tell.
Just call it morning time. Or time to morning.
Oh, nice. T. Williams CA, Lewis, did you know the late night double feature theme was redone as a 16-bit game theme? I can send you a link.
I did not. Please send me the link. Probably best not to send it in the chat, but go to my website, topfourthwall.com, and send it, or leave it as a comment on this video. But yeah, I would love to hear that. That's awesome.
That would be awesome.
Send it to
I have
Ilnage
heard
too,
it.
because he's the one who actually wrote and composed it and sings it.
I actually have heard it. I saw the link. It was one of the recommended videos that came up, and it's good. It really is. I like it.
Nice.
Also, I like the comment, not a super chat, but stop being infected.
Stop being infected!
Stop being infected.
Stop being infected! Man, when is Georgie gonna have his breaking point?
Serenity M16, my mental health has taken a downward turn since I don't want you to bug kitties. Could you sing something from Steven Universe?
I can do that.
Future. Here we are in the future, and it's bright. Nothing to see, no one to fight. Nothing to fear, no one to fight. I can't believe we've come so far. Happily ever after, here we are. Welcome to Robco. Greetings, fellow Repcon employees. I'm happy to announce that we have finalized our deal with Robco. Starting tomorrow, we will be an official Robco facility. Most of you won't notice anything different aside from an increase in benefits. These people are so fired.
We are the working dead, and we lurch for a minimum wage, but I'd really rather be eating your brains.
Oh God, I want an entire album of Sadie and the Killers.
That needs to be a thing.
Stacy, are you kidding me? We've been planning Martin's party for months and you forgot to order the cake? There is no way we are going to find someplace to deliver one out here this kind of notice. Go to the break room and find something for everyone to eat at the party. I gotta agree. Where the hell is the cake? I was kind of hoping the cake message would be like, there's a cake somewhere we can go and eat.
Captain
So,
Adventure 93.
the cake was a lie?
Oh, nice. With Adam, Captain Adventure 93, with Adam Wingard directing Godzilla and Kong, do you consider a good choice or a bad choice for a director?
I want to say there was a reason why I did not want him doing it. Like there was a like this previous work, or at least like he made some like horrible statements or something like that, but I can't remember what.
Yeah, I mean, Adam Wingard, he's made some good stuff. Like I really like, I believe it was You're Next and The Guest. And then he also did like the Death Note movie. I mean, he's kind of an inconsistent director. I'm fine with it. I just am more. The problem is all of the legendary Godzilla and Kong films are pretty much the same writing team. And I want to get some new writers in the room. I'm kind of, I was a little bit burned out with King of Monsters. I had a lot of issues with Godzilla and Kong, even though I enjoyed both of them. I enjoy the new series, but there's just like plotting issues and story stuff that I want to get some new voices in there.
I have a hard time believing that the same guy who wrote Kong wrote Godzilla, because they're very different sorts of movies.
Well, the director who came in on Kong brought his own writers in with him to do additional work on top of that script, but it was the same initiating writer, and then they even have like a writer's room literally for every film of the same 6 writers, of whom Akiva Goldsman is one of them. So it's very much the scripts are assembled by committee, and I kind of want to just again, it's like you're going to bring in someone like Wingard. What is Adam Wingard going to bring to that movie that's not already kind of being parsed out by committee? Because I think that's what Marvel has kind of had this balance where there's stuff that's like chosen by committee, and there's times where they let a filmmaker kind of bring their own thing to it. And it's sometimes they find that balance better than others. It's interesting that they're kind of choosing filmmakers that they're trying to kind of like push into corners. I had a lot of issues with how King of Monsters turned out. I liked the movie, but I had a lot of issues with it.
I've liked a lot of the sequel series, but I think that Kong is probably the best held up one in terms of everything. I think Kong Skull Island is a fantastic movie, but I do see where you're coming from.
It still has some story issues, but the nihilism of it, the character of it, just as the overall filmmaking of it is gorgeous. It's an incredibly striking movie and very bold in what they chose to do. It still just has kind of more foundational plot issues.
I wouldn't call King of Monsters to be a nihilistic movie.
No, we're talking Kong.
I wouldn't even call Kong a nihilistic movie either.
Oh, and I'm saying that in a good way. I like how they added that whole Vietnam cynicism to it, and again, it's a very. I really like. That's my favorite of them all.
Oh, me too. It is a Vietnam War movie as in monster movie form.
Yeah, and
it is glorious in filming. It's glorious in scale.
Yeah.
Atmosphere, just wonderful.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Ready. We got to get on with these super chats. Mark Burgle. Never mind. I guess VAT's accuracy just makes plasma weapons so much better. I never use it myself, and also my super chat was perfectly ironically timed.
Yeah, we need a key.
Daniel Allen. Daniel Allen. Glory to ARSTOTZKA.
Glory to ARSTOTZKA. Where is intercom? He might know where key is.
Linkara, I'm curious as to your reaction to Tarantino saying he'd like to make an R-rated Trek film.
I'll let you know when I start giving a crap about anything Tarantino has to say. Plus, he's been saying that, but I've seen no forward progress on it. All right, let's go meet this ghoul. Oh,
less than R-rated, I think it would be kind of amusing to give it that kind of swinging 60s vibe, to kind of spend more time in the lounge with the dancing and all that stuff. I could see a Star Trek film building on that. I don't know that you need to make it R-rated. But like the Star Trek lounge.
Ryan Mears' message was retracted.
This guy thinks he's a ghoul.
Ha!
Stop wasting my time.
Oh, I'm totally a ghoul.
I think he's just snapped.
I mean, I could shoot you. That would fix that right up.
Yeah, no kidding. Adam J. Roman. Hey, Lewis. In New Vegas, what counts as spoilers? How can we tip or advise without ruining your experience?
If there's a specific item that you think that I think would be useful, or if I ask for specific advice, you can certainly encourage me to do quests or say, oh yes, this is going to be fun, but I don't want details Or again, if I ask, is this going to screw me over down the line? But otherwise, just let me explore the wasteland myself.
Zen's
Let us
editor
experience
Phil.
the fallout.
Zen's editor Phil. Because I'm not even going to try to pronounce your last name, Phil. Sorry. Hey, Lewis. Have you read...
Hansurovsky.
There you go. Hey, Lewis. Have you read Civil War 2? If so, what are your thoughts? And will it be in the running for future event comics months? Also,
As a reminder, all event comics from Marvel and DC are in the running for Event Comics Month. People have to vote for them on the Patreon. There's a huge list, and then people pick 2 choices, and they vote for and those are their picks. No, I have not read any of Civil War 2. People have told me it is overwhelmingly awful, especially towards Carol Danvers.
Also, hi baby, I love you. Thank you for earlier. That's my editor
Cole's
Phil.
named
Also,
Jason, and that amuses me.
also my girlfriend. So, hello.
Hello.
Hey, Lewis.
Oh.
I have a quick question for you. Have you ever covered the comic Ash?
Nope.
Because it was published by Event Comics.
I'm not going to dignify that.
Okay.
7 Seraphim 7. Grab the drained energy cells. They can be recycled for more ammo. You have a lot of random heavy junk in your inventory you can sell, especially extra armor that you aren't using.
Well, I want to repair the metal armor, really.
Hello, Wanderer. Please forgive us.
Vulcan Kione, you keep asking who is Zen. I am. I'm the co-host. I've been here for a year and a half now.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you haven't noticed, but hi, I'm Zen. You may not recognize my new voice, but I've been setting a challenge for myself. In any case, I'm a happy bun girl. Go check out my channel.
Hawk Hero, I saw on the State of the Wall you won't be looking at the UK Transformers comic, which is too bad. I wanted to see a reaction to Arc's origin.
There's like hundreds and hundreds of comics. This is going to be hard enough to do with just the 80 issues. Trying to do 300 is going to be too difficult. Plus, I'd have to keep track of when things swapped out between American and UK stuff. And the last time I read through this entire series was like 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah. As someone who's currently in the midst of my second read-through of the entirety of both the US and UK series, it's kind of a big heap and mess.
This guy's last name is Bright, but it reminds me of the Batman Beyond villain Blight.
The demons appear
let's see, Ensign Ricky, Lewis and Company, what are your favorite MST3K revival episodes?
Star Crash.
Star Crash was pretty good. Cry Wilderness. I liked Avalanche for just that one sequence where it's just joke after joke after joke, and it really hits. Like when the actual
Cry
Avalanche
Wilderness
happens.
really works because of all the Bigfoot jokes as his father.
What was the was it Tale of Wizard, or the one where what was the one where it's like the Wizard's Apprentice or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. I can't remember the name.
Wizard Kingdom or something.
Wizard. I know I'm supposed to be paying attention to this guy, but I'm still hung up now on what the name of that is.
Reptilicus was really good because of the song. I like the song.
Yeah. I liked a lot of what they covered in the revival.
The movies were great. It's just, the host segments are far too damn short and too much focus on the Mads.
Yeah.
Also, whichever episode my name appeared in the end credits, because that was awesome.
And then Carnival Magic amused me so much, I actually bought the entire massive Blu-ray box set of all 20 films by that director.
Nice.
Al Adamson.
Philip Miller, in need of positivity, anything you are excited or enthusiastic about right now coming up, or just want to gush about in general?
WandaVision was fantastic, no spoilers.
I'm recording a podcast with our friend Melissa tomorrow. That's fun.
Same with us. We have Phasing Forward over on Phil's channel. But,
and I got the
no
Transformers,
spoilers.
the Marvel Transformers retrospective coming up, so look forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
Serenity M16. Now I'm thinking of another thing that's wrong with Superman Quest for Peace. Capitalism versus communism largely had proxy wars halfway through because of mad, more brutal wars than the nukes.
I'm going to need you to repeat that in a second because I cannot hear it over the sound of this guy also talking.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You drive away the demons, Wanderer.
All right, what was that question again?
All right, Serenity M16. Now I'm thinking of another thing that's wrong with Superman Quest for Peace. Capitalism and communism largely had proxy wars halfway through because of mutually assured destruction, more brutal wars than the nukes.
Well, those wars
Quest for
are
Peace.
over there, and over there have to think for themselves.
The relationship
Oh,
with...
if only that one. Go ahead.
Here's the thing. There's no easy answer to this. I tend to fall more on the line of mutually assured destruction was a good guarantee because the actual horrors of nuclear war, they would have been much worse than the proxy wars, I can assure you.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say that it's a good thing. None of it was good. And as we saw with certain other presidents, sometimes when very evil, mad people are in charge and will threaten and are perfectly willing, do not care about the risk of mutually assured destruction, that's also a problem.
Well, that's what happens when you have a horse running a hospital.
It's just I'm not joking around here. This is it's terrifying and horrible. But there's I have no answers for you. I have nothing. Just because the movie was bad doesn't mean there. And just because mutually assured destruction itself is bad does not mean there wasn't. God, this is why we don't cover heavy topics on our stream.
Yeah.
You call it bad,
door,
but that's
please.
the movie that gave us Nuclear Man.
Superman 4 was just a bad movie in general, and it didn't understand what it was talking about.
I still like both 3 and 4 better than I like 2. 2 is a mess.
I haven't seen any of the films aside from, I think, 1 when I was very young. I do remember watching them as a kid, but, I couldn't tell you what was in them.
Anyway,
First one is just good classic.
Let's not talk about politics in this game featuring mutated radiation scarring and cults.
But Lewis, we haven't gotten to the Supergirl movie yet.
On a later
let's
note,
not discuss these heavy topics. Anyway, back to the story about
remember the
fallout.
previous super chat about give us some bright positivity.
On a lighter note, boner.
Oh.
No spoilers.
Jonathan Fuentes, oh Lord, that chemistry. Why am I imagining a post-apocalyptic Breaking Bad?
On that note, should we be helping clear out the demons for this guy?
May as well.
I got the feeling the demons are just like regular soldiers or something.
Oh, that sucked, but well.
If Superman tells you you're giving up nuclear weapons, what choice do you have but applause? What are you gonna do, tell him no? Oh me, oh my, oh me.
All right, continuing super chats here. See, Jonathan. Oh, I already said that one. Edward Scales. Will you ever open Secret Origins to a Patreon poll?
Maybe. The thing is, it's always harder for me, each year to think of characters to cover for Secret Origins month.
Mark Burgle says, when you're looking for these demons, pay close attention to your radar and slight visual disruptions. If something seems off about what you're looking at, shoot to kill.
All right, they probably have cloaking devices of some kind. Thanks for the tip. See, now that kind of tip I appreciate, because I'd rather not get killed by invisible demons.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, demons, it's your boy.
Hey, yo, demons, it's your boy, Georgie. Bonerland.
Glory to New ARSTOTZKA!
Welcome to Bonerland.
New ARSTOTZKA, formerly Bonerland.
You guys
I will
keep saying
take care of demons for you. The people in the chat want me to help him.
Praise the Creator.
It sounds like you guys keep saying Eric Stoltzka.
Eric
The
Stoltzka.
Sumerian
Yes!
Underground has been rid of demons. Preparations for the great journey.
Vulcan Keone, the thoughts on DC Future State and rebooting Superman.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, sure. Could we only if we're rebooting the entire universe? Because they're obsessed with only rebooting small portions and not the entire thing. If you're gonna do it, do it.
Well, if you want to go back to classic DC, just don't really have much of a shared universe at all until you have to.
Oh Lord.
Mainly like even in the 60s and 70s, it's like they would cross over, but they were all still kind of their own individual little pocket universes. And it wasn't until that's what Crisis was there for.
There were dozens of crossovers when the New 52 happened. They didn't want to commit to the reboot. They didn't.
Yeah.
And even then, Batman and Green Lantern, because the books were popular, well, can't reset them. Just come on, just commit. Why is that so hard?
Honestly, just tell good stories. It doesn't matter if it's a reboot. Doesn't matter if it's old.
Look,
tell good
back
stories.
in the early 2000s, I was okay with them like having the reboots be part of the story, but you keep doing it, so it's all a big confusing mess.
See, and here's the thing. I'm fine with stuff like, say, 1 year later, where it's like, hey, let's just let the dust clear. Things have changed. People have grown a little bit. Stuff has happened. Let's pick up again. But then they kept trying to fill in that year, and it's like, no, just let that year sit there as the year.
Although I did like 52. 52 was really good.
But then they built too much around it.
Yeah, it's tough. I haven't read any of the other like weekly series aside from like I liked 52. It got me interested in Steel and The Question, and now I'm a huge fan of The Question. But
I think the biggest problem is the big two just put out so many books every month that it's such an unsustainable amount of content.
It really is.
And it's so hard to juggle all the facets of having that many books every single month, all intertwined. And it's like, maybe just step back, make a smaller line, don't worry so much about crossovers and events, just tell good stories. Have the crossover and events happen kind of naturally when they feel like they should. Don't try to force it every 3 months. Just take a step back, let it settle a little, make it more accessible for just people to kind of wade in if they need to. And I'm not talking about like new starting points or anything. Just make it something that people can pick up an issue and read. Because that's what I like about I know people give him flack, but Jim Shooter, what I really liked about his era was he wanted to basically be like, every issue could be someone's first. We will have a shared universe. We will have continuity. We will have history. But you still need to allow people entry points.
It's very tough. Like, as someone who creates content and has a lot of different series that people do keep up with, I think the best thing to do would be to create gaps between series, because like I try to do like a little bit here this month. I have my main series with the Bun Squad where we try to do it at least 2 to 3 times a month, but sometimes we don't. You got to create a buffer so that new people can catch up, and that people who like certain series aren't disappointed.
Are you seriously telling me I can't jump over this pile?
But I mean, like, say, if we wanted to point out, like, say, you and Lewis are still focusing on your own singular creations, but you also still cross over with other creators. So it's like you can still do that, but it's still emerging naturally from, hey, we both want to do this thing.
Yeah.
Instead of like the studio saying, by the way, you got to do this every 3 months.
One day Lewis and I should cross over, but that may happen one day. But also, while we're on the subject of series, after this stream, everybody, we're gonna have the first ever Bun Squad storyline compilation. So if you've never seen my storyline, or if you're interested, this is a perfect jumping on point. We're gonna be premiering it at 10:30. So please, if you're around for after the stream, just stick around for that. We're having a live premiere. And it showcases all the relevant info, and it's just a lot of fun. So please join us for that.
All right. I'm trying to get this basement. I can't find. I have the map up, but it doesn't tell me different levels, so I'm not sure where to go to get to it.
Back to the super chats. Dakota Doyle. Lewis, would you be willing to stream Pokemon Insurgents? It's a fan game involving legendary Pokemon cults, murder, human Pokemon mutant hybrids, and human sacrifice.
Probably not. I'm not really interested in. I mean, I'm sure it's a perfectly fine game. I think you people have brought this up before. It's just not the kind of thing I want to do with a Pokemon game.
T. Williams CA, did Marvel or DC ever do a clean reboot?
No.
DC did, but then they would always loop back on it.
Yeah, I mean, DC sort of did post-Crisis, but like.
Yeah. I mean, and then Marvel, you did have the Ultimates line.
Here we go. I
But
wouldn't
even
even
then,
call it a
that was
reboot,
running
that's just a
concurrent.
different universe. All right, we're in
It's
the
a
basement.
branch.
Let's clear out some demons that are probably people or something like that.
Well, a different universe is a reboot, Lewis.
Not really.
But I think what the point is that it ran concurrent to the still existing universe.
Yeah.
Instead of
the
like
old universe still continued.
yeah.
A
Well, there was
reboot
Heroes
in my
Reborn.
mind would end the previous universe.
Yeah. There was the failure of Heroes Reborn, which ended very
Oh yeah,
quickly.
these guys are demons.
Would we
and-
call them the Doomans?
Ah.
God, that's
Anacomic
such a
Geek.
stupid name.
Yep, they got stealth boys. So yeah, we got cloaked demons here.
Oh, yep. Thoughts on Darkseid's new design in Infinite Frontier. Also, rewatching the Youngblood number 10 review, maybe you should have said Bone Staff instead of Boner Staff.
No,
Boner Staff.
No.
Let's go with that.
boner staff all the way. And on that note, I have not seen his new design, so I didn't even know he's getting a new design. It's probably going to be not that different because they're afraid of actually doing anything different.
Is one side of him dark?
See, now that would be a radical redesign if they made him look like the half aliens from Star Trek.
Yeah.
Vulcan
Dark
Keone,
side has a dark side.
Vulcan Keone, Secret Origins for Martian Manhunter and Venom?
I did Martian Manhunter already. Maybe last year, in fact. I can't
I've seen
remember
that
when I did
episode.
them.
That was a while ago. I've seen it.
Clockwork Soul, liking late night double features so far. Clive looks like a lot of fun, and I'm digging the glasses.
Thank you. As for, what was the other one they were suggesting I do? Venom?
Venom, yeah.
Venom is a multi-issue storyline, if I'm not mistaken, so I don't know if I could do it.
Hanyamaru, hi, I was busy doing some promotion work for Contest of Champions. Hashtag Steve shall stand supreme, and hashtag Steve. What have I missed?
What was that last part there?
Just what have I missed? We're basically raiding Repcon HQ.
We are, yeah. We've met the ghouls. They're okay. They want to leave. But the problem is that there are invisible demons in the basement that need to be cleared out. Yeah. And it turns out they are the Nightkin, and they have cloaking devices. So we're just clearing them out. Also, we've gotten some new laser guns from this place, including a plasma rifle, which I am using.
You missed some nuclear existentialism.
Yeah, we got some new. Let's not talk about nuclear war in this game called Fallout.
Yeah.
Too soon, man. Too soon.
Captain Avenger 93. Can you sing a drunk rendition of Late Night Double Feature?
If there's a creak and just a shrieking, keep me up night. Drink some more booze.
I would play along, but I haven't watched it yet.
You need to watch.
Sorry,
well,
Liz.
I say you need to. I covered the Manos sequel and prequel last time.
I actually saw that. That was really, really good.
I still have not watched Manos and the Hands of Fate.
Really? Not even the MST version?
I've seen parts of the MST version, but there's a lot of MST I haven't seen.
Fair enough. Vacuum cleaner. Wonder Glue.
Serenity M16. Now I'm thinking about what I'd like to see Lewis redo old crossovers that might not be available anymore or in low quality, like that unaired Wonder Woman or terrible 90s Justice League of America.
Well, the problem with some of these is that they belong to other people, and I'm not going to upload other people's content without their permission. For example, I have a lot of pilot lights. I have Paw's old dance videos on Vimeo because he gave me permission to put them up. But even then, there's no guarantee they will stay up because it's entirely possible that, like, at some point, they will decide, no, you can't have that up because it's just basically a song over us dancing.
Yeah, one of the problems that I found when switching over to my new channel is that a lot of my old crossovers and some of my new ones got claimed.
My thing is that I'm trying to redo all the ones that I did with D-Man Hagen, like the Saw one and whatnot, but it's gonna take time because we have to refilm everything, and re-record and work on it. So like, it's unfortunately a lot of time. I would like to see Pants to be Darkened redone, but it's work.
Yeah, that's the problem with a lot of the old stuff. I just re-released a new version of the Megaforce Part 5 review. I had to re-record the ending bit because it had music over it. We tend to not keep the raw files for this stuff because we don't think we're ever going to have to use it again. And most importantly, we need hard drive space. Now, that's less of an issue right now. We finally put an 8 terabyte hard drive into the editing rig, and we've got a new editing rig coming, plus a new 8 terabyte hard drive in the server. But yeah, there's just a lot of stuff we've done over the years, and usually there's no justification for keeping older files when we need the space for it.
Mm-hmm. It's tough because like I do like a lot of my old stuff, but you know, trying to update it for my transition has been a problem, and trying to decide what justifies keeping this.
Did I finally fill up Eddie?
Yeah, I think we're all almost maxed out.
I think he has enough beer.
Does he, or does he not have enough?
It's just hard to justify keeping some old stuff when it's not content friendly for YouTube.
Yeah, I think he's full now, so we can't use him as a pack mule anymore. We need to actually start selling stuff.
Can you drink the beer and store things in the cans?
Man, I wish.
And seal it with the duct tape.
We're going to have to drop a bunch of stuff then, because we are still like 20 pounds over encumbered.
Can you give the demons beer?
I don't want them to have beer. They don't deserve beer. They're trying to kill me while invisible.
Can you throw the beer at them?
That I'd be in favor of, but I don't think I can.
Like, I'm imagining like an animation of like a beer can getting wedged in a mouth and like popping open and like blowing that up.
This isn't a super chat, but I'm sorry. I thought Eddie was a party robot. Good job.
Jonathan Fuentes, what do you mean, you people, Lewis? Joking, by the way.
What do you mean, you people? That was the only good joke of Tropic Thunder. Well, that and the trailers.
Mario, only have one thing to say about this part from what I've seen so far. Everything burns. Benjamin Hall, new Darkseid looks like beefy Jack Kirby version.
Always go full Kirby.
Mark Burgle, just realized you may not be able to target these guys in vats while they're cloaked. Not
That's
sure?
fine. So far I've been doing pretty well just shooting them. The plasma rifle works better in short range, I've found.
Also, they show up elsewhere in game, probably less hostile in places. Hanimaro, also thanks for thanks for accepting my Patreon request. I was kind of worried it would be too long.
Which is the one that I accepted? I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't know either.
What was the name?
It was that's Hanimaro Onsen.
Oh yeah. So yeah. Kind of just gonna spoil this one right off the bat. We got Hush coming up.
Yes, I've been waiting for this for years. I love Hush.
I love Hush too. Yeah, and normally, like I was saying, I would normally not cover it because it's only because it's 12 issues. But since I'm already familiar with Hush, it's a lot easier to condense it down and come up with jokes for it. So it'll probably still be a longer episode, but it's not going to be as it's not going to be as bad as it'd be if I was walking into it without any familiarity.
I've been so into Hush ever since I think it was introduced in Arkham City, and I've been like just so hyped for that. So I'm looking forward to this one.
Indeed. All right. I think I killed the jailer. I'm trying to think if there's anyone else, if I should just go back up or if I should keep trying to find more of them.
T. Williams CA, Torgo was the most interesting part of Manos.
Which is why they did some interesting stuff with the prequel and sequel. Noel, you still around?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, just you were quiet for a second there, just double checking. Let's see. What...
Seven star from seven.
is the night.
There's just times when I don't have anything to say. I've never read Hush. I've
Really?
never watched Manos. I don't play. Haven't played a Pokemon game in 24 years.
Yeah,
I mean, I understand the last one, but the fact you haven't read Hush before is also kind of surprising for me.
Well, just a lot. That was during that period in comics where I just wasn't following much. I know
Gotcha.
others.
Hush is not a perfect story. It's got issues. Some people have critically reevaluated to say it's bad. I do disagree on that point. Ah, damn it.
Was that Loeb?
Yep.
Yeah, and he did Long Halloween too, which I haven't read that either. So.
Which, to be fair, you do not need to read Long Halloween. I think that is overrated.
Right, and Loeb is one of those writers I've encountered enough of that he's kind of always a hit or miss with me. So.
I get you.
7 star from 7. If you have something you want to keep but won't be using a lot, the room you rented at Novak counts as one of your bases. Anything stored inside of it will stay there safely to save inventory weight.
Yep, I just need to. I'm probably gonna go back there and probably dump a bunch of stuff out of Eddie so we can keep him as the pack mule. It's just collecting crafting supplies. Is a full-time job here.
Daniel Brandt started playing Arkham City and was taken off guard when I heard some goons jokingly mention the name One Face, and this game came out in 2011.
Why would you say that name? Why would you say One Face?
By the way, I just watched the entire director's cut of BVS last weekend. That was fun.
Fun in quotations.
Director's cut of which one? Batman v Superman.
Yeah, the 3-hour extended cut.
That was another Patreon request. We're getting that.
Yeah, I did like it. I did.
There's a lot. This is year of the Batman because we have a lot of Batman stuff of this year for Patreon requests.
Yeah. I don't want to say enjoyed. It worked for me better than the theatrical cut, but it's still just coming from very foundational places that I don't want to be a part of.
R3. Make a note of this. The password to a safe is R3PC0N. Because it looks like because if there's a safe, we're gonna raid that.
92 Bayo says thoughts on CW's Superman and Lois.
I haven't watched it, only like a scene or two of it, and it looks good. Although I don't know if I was really interested in having in a show where he's raging teenage boys. Like the interesting thing about Superman in the comics when he had a kid was that they were a little kid.
Patrick Caulfield, do you think the MCU will reach a point where the continuity will be confusing?
I mean, some would argue it probably already is, but that's the risk you take the longer you go with stuff. This is what happened to the Ultimate Universe eventually. It developed its own continuity, which is great and stuff, but at the same time, the more continuity you have, the more impenetrable it is, the longer it goes.
Yeah, have you never watched a soap opera?
The way I see it is that if you do a good job of having your characters explain some things and reintroducing themselves to new people, it can be easier to get into. Yeah. I always try to approach what I'm doing with the lens of people might not watch Linkara and might not get my references, so we're going to eventually explain this.
Actually, it seems we recorded the storage room safe password, so yeah, we can actually is this a different safe?
You just gotta approach with the lens of this may be someone's first episode, and this thing could intrigue them. So we gotta frame it in a way that makes sense with the storyline and makes sense with new people.
It's all about finding a balance. You have to find ways to obviously appeal to the existing audience, but if you're appealing to the existing audience at the expense of alienating new audiences, that's how you stagnate. If you just appeal to the base, that base will diminish over time. That's honestly what happened to comic books for a long time, is when you just have that narrow focus. So it's all about finding that balance. And again, there's continuity or not continuity, new universe, existing universe, those are neither good nor bad. It's all about how you do it.
Yep.
And I think another good example, my editor Phil, I had to keep explaining some things about Linkara Showed because he's familiar with general Linkara references, but he doesn't know like certain details. And when I realized that, I'm like, okay, well, we should have him be the layman to bounce things off of, and eventually when we get to resolve this current storyline, for anyone who doesn't know of Linkara stuff, I'm going to put a little bit of exposition to explain what the Contest of Champions was and what I was referencing.
I do. One person in the chat, Edward Scales, mentioned, and with Disney Plus, it's at least easier to backtrack now and fill in the previous years. However, every single episode of Wanda, the recommendation was go watch Age of Ultron. Like, it maybe starts somewhere else.
I feel like Age of Ultron, you kind of need to watch other things.
I don't hate Age of Ultron, but that's not a starting point if you're just coming in on WandaVision.
Yep.
Is the way clear?
Lacuus came late to the stream because I was playing Hero Loop. I think I know what to suggest for a possible future stream.
What was that last thing they said?
I think I know what to suggest for a possible future stream. I'm guessing Hero Loop.
Nash is here. Hi, Nash. He finally got a zappy gun, huh? Yeah, we got a zappy gun.
We got a couple zappy guns. We got a plasma rifle and a laser rifle.
When the demons appeared.
But yeah, Philip, it's fine that you don't know the individual plot points, because I'm here to correct, but also it's good for me to know what parts of things that I need to explain.
Okay, apparently we did not clear out all of them. We got to go back in. Nash, do you want in on the chat?
Henimaru, also I heard the sequel was bad. That was the deciding factor. To help give some background, a basic background for if/when you review it.
The sequel to Hush, is that what they mean?
I'm guessing. I'm not sure.
Yeah, the sequel, because I remember the sequel to Hush was terrible.
Are we actually caught up?
For the first time tonight, yes.
It's been a busy night. Thank you guys so much for all that your super chats and donations and whatnot. It really means a lot. And thank you for coming to us to get your entertainment.
Oh, never mind. Mark Burgle, Nash, thank you indirectly to introducing me to the joys of that gun. I've gone back to New Vegas myself, and I've been loving it.
This stream is actually made me interested in Fallout again, because I used to be really intrigued by it, but I was never very good at Fallout 3. Now I kind of want to just try to get myself through the games, because I'm liking this so far.
The Akkad, or the Akkad. Hi, Linkara. Thanks for your videos. Thoughts on Iron Fist in general, series/comics, and will you review anything from him?
Don't really have any immediate plans for it. I have no distinct thoughts. For the series, they should have not had it be just a white dude. I mean, I haven't watched it myself, but just the overwhelming response I've seen from people is like, man, this was the most boring and awful of the 4 Defender shows.
Which one? Iron Fist?
Iron Fist, yeah.
Yeah, the first season was terrible. Same guy who was the head writer of Inhumans. Second season wasn't bad. Second season, they brought in new showrunners, put the focus more on Colleen and Misty. I like where they went with season 2. They could never figure out the character of Iron Fist and make him interesting. And then what I loved about the Defenders crossover was basically making Iron Fist the MacGuffin that everyone had to deal with, even though they all hated him.
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen past certain areas. Like, I liked Daredevil season 1 a lot. Mm-hmm. Season 2 had issues, but it had some really high highs. Yeah. I love Jessica Jones, and that's as far as I saw it, because the problem with Netflix is always the marketing. I don't know when it drops. And when people started talking about Luke Cage and Iron Fist, and a lot of people didn't like either of them. I hear Luke Cage is actually good, but
Luke Cage, the first season is fantastic. Second season's all right.
So it's like I eventually do want to cover the television series on my review show, just so I can actually sit down and watch them. But I kind of stopped after those 3 seasons because Netflix.
And I'm just finishing up. I'm just finishing Punisher season 2. I've got 3 episodes left, and then I got the last season of Jennifer Jones, and then I'll have watched them all.
Oh my god, this place is a freaking amazing. Did Nash say he wanted in?
He said, yeah, just let him give him a chance to work his audio stuff. Super chat here, Patrick Caulfield. Are you planning on continuing the 2001 Space Odyssey comics anytime soon?
Yeah, I need to get back to that.
Love the insanity of it, and you hyping up.
Hey, great lock picking. I didn't have to actually do anything.
I go on. Sorry.
Kaz Draws, please review Lady Cinema's Kingdom Hearts comics. It can be incredibly epic. I simply cannot live without it.
I'm assuming that's more for Zen than me because I know nothing about Kingdom Hearts, nor am I really that interested.
I am. I'm definitely thinking of doing stuff with Kingdom Hearts manga because Kingdom Hearts is a big part of my life. But
is
back
Kingdom
on
Hearts an isekai?
Kingdom Hearts is technically, because he does get transported to another world. He gets back there, but that is technically an isekai. And when you walk away, you can't hear me say, please, oh baby, don't go. Simple and clean is the way that you're making me feel tonight. It's hard to let go. I always get emotional when hearing that.
Nash is ready.
All right, give me a second here. Unless you guys can invite him into the call.
I don't have him on friend list.
And I do want to say that I love the Kingpin and the Punisher in the Daredevil series. I think they're perfect casting, and if they bring those into the MCU, it's great.
Let's see.
Save right here too.
Hello. Kyle Frederick. Have you seen the animated Mortal? Khalil.
Hey Nash, your webcam is on, surprisingly.
Hello.
My camera. Oh, wait, camera.
My cat says hi.
There we go. Oh, good kitty.
Have you seen the animated Mortal Kombat Scorpion movie? And did you like the Mortal Kombat live-action movie trailer?
I did not, and I have not seen it. I mean, and the trailer looked okay. It looks like they're not focusing on the tournament, which kind of defeats the purpose of Mortal Kombat in my mind. But whatever.
It'll be fun.
It looks like a Mortal Kombat movie.
It'll be fun.
I'm not saying that's a good or bad thing. It looks like a Mortal Kombat movie.
You haven't gotten to the good part yet. I'm so glad I got here on time.
Which good? I mean, if you mean the invisible demons in the basement, we've been fighting those. Apparently, I did not clear them all out because I figure.
Oh no! The end of this quest is the good part. I'm just going to be here for it.
Well, the problem is I'm trying to figure out how to. The map is useless.
Yes, it is.
Would you say that this is a sequel to Doom Eternal?
I feel like the map was more useful in Doom Eternal.
Whoa, I thought I just saw a distortion there.
Might have just been the lights flickering.
Maybe, I don't know. I thought I just saw something.
Here's the basement.
Okay, so T. Williams CA, will you do more Alien crossover with DC?
Yes, I want to do more of those. Especially, I need to start getting to the Superman ones and maybe the Predator stuff too.
The Superman ones are weird.
I mean, the Batman one was weird, but good.
I'm just bummed they never did a Gnort versus Predator.
And then Mark Burgle, will we see a Miller Time episode on Sin City, or would its very R-rated content make even reviewing it not suitable for a general audience?
I mean, I technically covered a little bit of Sin City already with Tales to Offend. So I want to say that, like, it would depend on the comic itself, but I probably would be in favor of reviewing some Sin City.
Okay. Oh, all right. So you're doing the Nightkin. Do you want me to explain the Nightkin, or are you just happy just rambling along?
Feel free to explain the Nightkin to me. I mean, it just seems like they're just assholes who are like, who have cloaking devices, but that's it.
What happened was there was a guy called the Master. And he was out in the desert and noticed all of these mutants were showing up in the desert and attacking caravans, and it sucked. So he got a bunch of his friends together and they're like, we're going to go find where these mutants come from, which was a really stupid idea, because if mutants are showing up and killing all your friends, you shouldn't get like a bunch more of them together all in one place. But okay. And they found what used to be a military base in Mariposa, California. and they went down, they investigated, and they discovered giant vats of a mutagen that the government had been experimenting with before the war. And then other mutants showed up, and all hell broke loose. And by the time it was over, the guy, Richard Gray, he ended up getting mutated himself into a giant cyborg monster thing that incorporated computers and called himself the Master, and he was going to take over the world.
As you do.
And he started deliberately mutating people, which is where you get most of these super mutants from. And his most elite super mutants are these guys. These are the Nightkin. He outfitted them with stealth devices, and these are the baddest of the bad, and they're actually intelligent. Well, most of them anyway. And
so this is a sequel to our Hitman live stream. Technically.
I gotta say, hearing it all lined up like that, it makes perfect sense.
See, what I'm laughing about is these are the elite guys, and we're zapping through them like they were nothing.
Yeah, I know. I was about to say.
Well, okay, these are the elite guys that are left, because at the end of Fallout 1, the hero of Fallout 1 nuked their asses, so that their entire base blew the fuck up. So this is all that's left. These poor misbegotten critters.
Here's the real problem. I'm assuming that, like, once they're all dead, I can actually, like, report that they can leave. But finding them when they're cloaked is the problem.
Oh my god!
If you're not hidden, then you're coming near them. They should aggro on you.
I know, but I'm not finding anything.
This is not a super chat, but Cora 2000. Could you say that Georgie's looking for a Fallout Boy? Sugar, he's going down. He's going down in an earlier round. Sugar, he's going down swinging.
Oh, I don't even know where to tell you to go to deal with these guys.
See, Kaylee O'Hara, did someone say Doom?
They might have said that, yes.
A loaded god complex, cock it and pull it.
Captain Avenger 93, when you watch... I'm not gonna...
Have you actually been in the jail area down there, or?
They mentioned like WandaVision or something?
No. It's actually in regards to Super Mega Force. So actually, no. That's
what about Super Mega Force? Or is there a Beast Morpher spoiler?
Oh no, I'm sorry. It's the one you just released. Okay, so when you watched Power Rangers Super Mega Force, did people warn you about the Super Sentai suits?
No, because that was probably the last time I was actually watching actively at the time. Because I was that curious about it. Like Samurai and Megaforce, I watched as they aired, so I haven't been to the jail area yet. So this is where they should be the last ones. But yeah, ever since then, I have not been watching at the time. I think I watched like the first episode of Dino Charge when it premiered, but that was it. I watched the rest of it during the initial watch through while working on History of Power Rangers. And that's the case nowadays. I don't have time to watch Power Rangers for my own enjoyment, and even then, you know, if it's a bad series, I'm not gonna watch it. So I only watch it when I'm actually doing it. I don't like look at clips. I don't look at spoilers. It's everyone else who spoils me on everything that happens. And yes, I've been spoiled for Beast Morphers. Thanks, kids.
I do hear at least Shinkenger is.
I'm sorry.
Really
I'm sorry to interrupt you there, but yeah, I shouldn't be mad at you guys. You guys, you know, don't deliberately. It's not like people are doing it maliciously. It's not that people are deliberately trying to be an asshole to me. They want my opinions on things, and it takes 2 years in between History of Power Rangers, so I understand them wanting to hear about it. But they often really forget that I'm not watching this stuff as it airs, and I'm trying to avoid watching it and learning about this stuff because I want to be surprised by it as it actually happens in the show. But
Lewis, question.
Yeah.
You know how to turn on your light, right?
I'm trying to remember. I did it. I did it before.
Hold F, I believe.
It's either that or hold tab. I think it's hold tab.
Hold tab.
There
maybe.
it is.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, I was wondering about that myself.
Oh yeah,
like,
F is to pay respects. That's right.
Speaks too soon. Just finished my shift. How's it going? Well, we got a very full house here in the chat.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find invisible enemies.
And he's trying to find.
I'm trying to find invisible demons.
Invisible demons.
Why? I don't understand what. All right, what is he saying? He won't let you progress from here because they're not all dead, or?
It seemed to indicate.
Let me see the quest.
Get rid of the Night Kid in the basement.
The fuck?
It could
think
be
we might
glitched,
have. Yeah, I was
but
about to
I'm
say,
not
do we
sure.
have a patent pending Bethesda glitch here?
One thing I will say is that I hear Shinkenger is really good. One thing is we want to watch some Super Sentai in the future for our stuff, and people have mentioned Jetman and Shinkenger as the best way to get on board. Shinkenger apparently was really well received, better than Samurai.
Were there supposed to be people in the jail?
Well, I thought there was. I'm looking. Let me see if there's any known glitches here.
The leader is in there somewhere.
I killed the leader.
Oh.
Yeah, it's his body over here.
By the way, speaking
Night
of
Kid
the
Jailer, I'm assuming that's the boss.
Speaking of the Sentai stuff, we just finished watching all of Zone Fighter on my Tuesday Tokusatsu movie night.
Ooh,
That's a fun show.
Hawkeye fan. The Kamen Rider video game for PS4 is really good. I've seen my friend Sono Mikan played it, and In Memory of Heroes, really, really good. It deals with Double, which I reviewed Double, so I'm really excited to actually get that. There's O's, and then there's the new one.
I gotta break in. Hang on a second. They're saying that's the jailer, not the leader.
Well, then I have not encountered the leader yet.
Apparently, he's down a hallway that you quote keep avoiding.
Not deliberately. All right,
But
I'll
yeah,
go back
Memory of
upstairs,
Heroes
and you
I
guys
heard
can
good.
direct me as I go up there.
Okay.
Lakius, I saw your chat, but you've retracted it since. And 7 Seraphim 7, not glitching. There's still the boss of the Nightkin you haven't dealt with. He's down a hallway you keep avoiding, not the jailer, the boss. Yeah, that's the one I just read.
All right, so where is this hallway that I'm supposedly avoiding?
It would help if there was a map that worked.
Yeah, a map would be really useful, wouldn't it?
Wanda, you need to stop avoiding your hallways.
Wanda, you got some splaining to do.
No discussions of WandaVision. Not fake spoilers or not.
Oh, I was
referential joke, not a
referencing
spoiler.
I was referencing a joke in Fairly Odd Parents.
There's a big room with the last Nightkin and one of the ghouls who's been hiding alone since the attack. It should be a big side room.
All right.
Well, okay. We know what it is. It's a matter of where it is.
This room.
Are there any markers on your compass?
Not really, no. Okay, so there's an area over here that I apparently have not been to. Let me see if I can get there.
Too far away from it to have been avoiding it.
Well, it's possible that the way to it I've been not avoiding, but not seeing.
Circling around, yeah.
Taylor Robinson, just finished my biology homework. Sorry, I'm late. How do you feel about the upcoming Star Trek movie?
No, back up, Lewis.
Which upcoming Star Trek movie? There's a lot of those.
There.
There we go. Yeah.
There we go.
No, you've been here.
No, not yet, because
this-
I've lockpicking
finally.
thing here.
Where are you, Night King? Why can't I find you?
Yeah, there we go.
Hey, you're not one of those.
Why
things out
can't
there.
you run
the hell are you?
away?
And I bet he told you it's the creator's will.
I
for
think
you
they're
to
talking
whisper
about
ass.
the
Instead of
announcement
him,
that a
right?
Discovery writer
Well,
was going to be
good luck with that.
basically selected to
I'd
write
give
an
you a
original
hand.
film for
No thanks.
for Star Trek.
I may look like a
Well, when
corpse,
we actually have a
but I'm
trailer, I'll
also
have more
living.
thoughts on it.
Yeah, Star Trek has had so many films in development for the last few years, we kind of got to wait and see which ones actually happen.
I just reblogged on Tumblr a bunch of canceled Kelvinverse movies.
As far as
Yeah.
I know, the fucking Tarantino one is supposedly still in development.
Guess
So who the
outfit
fuck
gives
even?
that away, huh?
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that was
Yeah.
I thought that was shelved.
Well, they keep circling around it, and I think he keeps teasing it. I think it's basically he's been busy with other stuff, and then he keeps saying he'll do it when he's free.
So they either keep circling around it, or it keeps circling the drain.
Maybe I would have
Right,
to
and
tell
it was
you.
supposed to be set kind of out of
Anyway,
continuity anyways,
I
so
helped
it
them out.
doesn't really depend on when they
kept
do
me
it.
supplied with ammo.
Mark
Present
Burgle,
company.
watch out for traps in this room. They're all over the place and very hard to see on the floor.
Gotcha.
Also, I'm pretty sure Lewis is basically just Zorro at this point because his catchphrase is "I am so lost."
First off,
Wouldn't it be funny if like
I'm not
Tarantino's
trapped.
big movie was just
This
a
is tactical
remake of Trouble with
choice,
Tribbles?
all right? I'm no match for those things out there.
I'd watch it.
So
Yeah.
I found a
I'm not
No,
trapped
it-
out
it's a-
here. I can leave
and I've been
anytime.
defending it.
It's a remake of Landru.
Oh, who am I fooling?
And the
Oh, I know
R-rated
you'd
element,
watch it.
the R-rated element is just that they're all
Pleased
Klingon
to meet
merkins.
you. What happened?
Peace
I
and
was escorting folks
tranquility.
down to work when those things attacked us.
Captain
Most
Adventure
of the fight
93.
was
Oh,
upstairs.
great. This guy's talking like
But some
Batman.
folks panicked.
He
and made
is
for the basement,
Batman.
Jeez.
And I went after him. Well,
Hey, Draconis,
Turns
it
out
is
there were even
interesting
more
that
of those
Hasbro
bastards
apparently
down here than
skipped the last
upstairs.
3 Sentai that
Things
take
went
place
to
between the
shit
ones
fast.
adapted between
I
or
couldn't
for
find the
Ninja
others.
Force and Dino
so
Fury.
I fell back to this room.
They're probably making
Set
you know
up a nice
choices
little
based
kill
off
zone.
of what they think will make them the
End
most
of
money
story.
and best toy possibilities.
And also, because aren't they breaking them in half now for like 26 episode seasons? So they have to get 2 years worth of content from 1 year's worth of show.
Yep.
So
Well, a
can
little easier to do
we?
because I think the
Well,
Sentai
you
season
might.
is still 40 to 50
I'll give you
episodes,
that.
and they just do two
Yeah,
20
yeah.
episode
This
seasons.
was just
Well,
between
that's
Well,
the
you
just-
and me,
Japanese model, is it runs
I
for every
do as
every
you
day,
asked.
every week of the year.
but it's
I
not.
just figured out who these
I had
guys
a friend
are.
with me when
This
those
is the true
white
One Face. You
bastards
see, he
came out of
peeled back
nowhere.
his skin, and that's
Ran
why
in the
his
wrong
face
direction.
looks like that.
Further into the basement. She's
Ooh, that's probably that
following me,
dead ghoul I found.
but I ain't leaving
He
until
is
I know
One
for
Face.
sure.
He's Harvey Ding.
I'd have
Yeah,
gotten
guys, he's
hurt
talking about a
myself.
friend of his that
Except
went
less than
down
you're not.
further.
Yeah.
I think I found a
You,
dead
on the
ghoul's
other hand,
body, so she's
In the
probably
jail,
dead.
yeah.
Resourceful. Find my friend, and I'll get out of your way.
He's just standing there talking for a long time.
I did find her, unfortunately. Should I just tell him that?
Yeah.
Sure.
I see. Spare me the details. God damn.
The yellowest
Yeah, the yellow
smile.
smile.
Oh my
Hey, you gotta
god.
understand, ghouls, not only are they have their own kind of subspecies, they're also nigh on immortal. So they've since the war, they formed their own little culture and communities and their own standards of stuff. So they're different now.
So we still got the still got the leader to deal with.
Yeah.
Where are you, lead? That what would? Oh, okay.
Bye, Harland.
Why can't I find you?
Why can't we be
No,
friends?
I think there's more to that room, or no? Oh, never mind. I looked away. You're still in that room. Never mind.
Yeah, I just decided to go up higher. Whoop.
Linkara, go down the hole.
I might be trapped. No, never mind. Ah!
Yes, I would love
Uh-oh.
Patrick Caulfield. I would love to have artwork of Lewis doing Santorio with the
You
magic
found
gun.
one of the landmines, Lewis.
Oh, it was a landmine. Okay.
Oh no,
No,
landmines.
This is
He
the problem with
told me
having
it was
invisible enemies.
Locuus, I'm radioactive. It's not good.
Let's see what do we got. What do we got? I think I got a stim pack.
Oh,
That
thank
guy
God,
was
we got a,
radioactive, and
we,
it
we
was
got a
not
shot
good.
to grow our leg back.
Yeah, I forget. Does this game need Hydra or can Stimpaks do it? I forget. With never mind.
There are some traps. How do I disable
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, this will give you disarming them gives you XP. Which is good.
That's actually cool.
it's great when you can survive the nuclear holocaust through pop-up windows.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Well, if Doom Guy can be radioactive and still survive,
How
then
about the guys who have stop signs wrapped around their arms?
yeah, my headcanon is that the Doom universe is the same as the Fallout universe after all the references I'm seeing.
Well, if Dwayne Johnson ever shows up in Fallout, then we'll know for sure.
It's a rigged shotgun.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's probably what shot
Oh,
me.
you got a paint gun.
Yoink.
Oh god, Jared Samples, that makes too much sense for Gordon Ramsay to be in that anime. I would honestly that would make sense.
Let's see.
Wait,
Where is
is
it?
there an anime called Reincarnated as Gordon Ramsay in Another World?
There's an anime called Food Wars, and he becomes God Emperor of the world because the entire world is run on Shokugeki or
That's-
food battle.
I could see that.
Trapped. The quick way to notice the trap terminals is if you look around them, they have something taped to them. They're rigged to
Yep, don't worry, I dealt with it.
Okay.
Turns out you can activate a computer from the side.
It's a trap.
It's a tarp.
Where is the bastard? The boss should be down here someplace.
Khalil Frederick, you excited about the creation of Avatar Studios and the announcement of a new animated movie? Hope they move forward in time rather than before Aang, but I'd be cool with whatever so long as it's good.
Oh wait, they're doing new Avatar? Oh man.
Yeah, they made their own Avatar Studios, and it's the people who Mike and Brian, and they stopped doing the Netflix series. I don't know if the Netflix series is still being produced or not, but I'm excited.
Yeah, it's basically for.
I got some supply chain yesterday. A bunch of crates got delivered. You're saying 2 gross with devices called Stealth Boys. Okay, if I.
This is why the Nightkin are here.
Yeah, because they want the cloaking devices.
So basically, Paramount Plus gave free reign to the Avatar guys to do whatever they want and make more Avatars. So it's, that's a win-win for me. Our movie night friend Sean and I are actually watching through Avatar for the first time. I've never seen the entirety of it before. I'm loving it.
People are gonna be pissed at me, but I was not that big on Korra. I wasn't.
I haven't gotten to Korra
I
yet,
actually like Korra more than the original, but it's more in how it relates to me more than how the original Avatar related to me more as a kid, whereas Korra relates to me more as an adult. And
there was a crate of 5 Stealth Boys open, but like, what's the point? Every one of these guys has been carrying around Stealth Boys, so it's not like, taking an extra one would make a difference.
But I want more in the universe. There are comics, but I'm really happy that the studios are doing something at least.
It's a big enough world you can find stories in it. Yeah.
Korra is just such a dick.
But that's the point. She had so much power as a child, and because she was revered, she didn't get enough of that reigning in.
Well, the problem I'm hearing from people, from like SF Debris and other people who have watched Korra, is that there's room to grow, but then they never grow her. She just continues to be a dick.
I can sympathize a little bit.
And part of that might be, I know they had to rush the finale because they kind of got canceled earlier than they were expecting.
Yeah, I mean, you could say there's a reason. You could say there's a reason the character's a dick. That's nice and all, but they're still a dick, and that's still irritating.
I guess I relate to Korra a lot more, and I feel like she's an interesting character, and LGBT. I personally relate to Korra more than I did Aang.
Oh my god, am I legit trapped here?
Yeah, might
be. Not necessarily.
Can you dismantle it with a pop-up window?
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
If you get stuck again, if you hit the tilde key, that'll open your console, and you can type in TCL. I think it's TCL. Yeah, it turns off clipping, and then you can turn it back on.
All right, I'm trying to figure out because unless the remaining leader is up there, I don't think they're in here.
They're saying they're saying in the chat.
Take first left. I see it in the chat now. From 777, leave this room. Take first left. Profit. Okay.
Patrick Caulfield, have you seen or at least remember the Kermit episode with Zero Mustel?
Zero Mustel.
That episode was super fun, especially with Zero's acting overshadowing Sam the Eagle, and the fears of Zero's sketch were brilliant.
I haven't seen that much because everything's out of order, and then they rearranged.
He's on fire. Thanks, Eddie.
They rearranged the episodes, and they're still out of order.
Oh, that smells terrible.
Unfortunately for my OCD, I may just have to figure out where to start. And it's like, I get that it's a sketch show and it's not meant to have continuity, but I see the continuity because Scooter is introduced in a later episode, and it messes with me.
Yeah, just look at episode guides. If you can find a production order, that's usually what I always go with.
Okay.
Yeah, if you look at the episode guide on Wikipedia, it does have the production code numbers.
Hawkeye Fan 91. Lewis, since you're a Trekkie nerd, I have a TNG question, specifically season 2, episode 2, where Silence has lease. What is the face alien supposed to be? To this day, it's been an episode I always skip when I binge watch.
I freaking love where Silence has lease. I'm surprised by that. What is he supposed to be? He's an alien being of immense power, probably a living cloud in that regard, and he's very curious about our life form.
Yeah, there's a lot of them in Trek. There's a lot of the super uber powerful aliens like, oh, humans, let's poke the monkeys.
Yeah, Roddenberry was really fond of those.
I mean,
not much more to say. He's just an alien. He's just a very powerful alien who's very curious about humanity to the point where, hey, is it okay if I kill half of you? Yeah. I'm sure it'd be fine, right?
I mean, that's kind of the Roddenberry self-insert, is the God character poking at all of his little creations while sleeping with all the women.
Right, I like Nikila
because apparently, apparently, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to get rid of. Maybe I like the machete.
Yeah, I rather like Nikilum. Yeah, he's creepy as all hell, and I do like the fact that he's never fully explained.
You can get rid of some of the Nuka-Colas, I think.
Drink the Nuka-Cola, because each one of them gives you a bottle cap.
All right, but they give me rads also.
You heal rads. That's the game.
Give me a second here.
I know, when I first played this game, I was like, ew, I gave myself rads. You heal those. You just give it time.
Oh god, so much soda.
You're going to be peeing green, and it's going to glow in the dark.
People bringing up Defunct Land in the chat. I actually have seen a couple Defunct Land episodes, but I really need to make time. This weekend I have had absolutely zero free time at all just for myself, let alone my show. So I just, with the episode so long, I haven't been able to see the Jim Henson one, but I should.
Is there any more in this room, or is... I could have sworn there was more to this room.
I mean, there's a skull, there's also a door back here.
Okay, yeah, that's the part.
The line is wrong, but it's one of the stupider moments in that episode, or it's one of the funnier, I think, when Nikilum, please demonstrate how your kind procreate.
I did see Defunct Land's episode on Action Park. That was awesome.
There's an electrical switch here. I don't know if I should activate that or not.
Push it.
Push it. Yes.
Push the button.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
A lot of supplies here. There's another door.
Yeah, I also saw the Defunct Land episode on Class Action Park.
That was so good. It was long, but it was so good.
But holy crap, man.
This is the alternate way into this is the quick way into the basement to kill Davison. You could have just come through, if you'd found the way outside, the sewers and whatnot, you could have just come through here, popped up, and killed his ass.
Neat.
The game has different ways of accomplishing the same goals all the time.
I watched Class Action Park with Crimson. It was they recounted their own stories of like knowing and living near Action Park, and I'm like, at first I was like, oh, I want to be there, and then as it went on, I'm like, no, I'm glad I never went there.
No, you don't.
I don't want to be there. I don't want to be.
Any park that says it's a good idea to hire some yahoos to design a water slide with a loop without doing any kind of testing.
The testing
the radiation symbol. This is probably fine.
And then they tested it with children.
And dummies that came out with all their limbs missing.
Reloading bench. Okay, let's...
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
What's really funny is that's exactly what they said when they opened it.
And it's no wonder it got shut down, but it took them forever because the only way they were able to get them is by not paying taxes.
Let's remember, the same reason why we have water slides like that is the same reason why people don't wear masks.
My brain. Yep. Ow.
Sorry,
Ow,
I'm still thinking about the water slide with the loop.
Yep.
That just, why would you?
I understand.
It's not a super chat. It's not a super chat, but I love this one movie monster saying, "As a Yahoo, I take offense to that statement."
I understand the concept of the loop and the intriguing visual of the loop.
Oh,
but
it's
the actual
intriguing, all right.
But the implementation, you have to like get into some really clever physics and engineering in order to make something like that not kill people.
The fact that they wanted to do it again but bigger was oh god. They want to keep doing it. It just
Well, it's the whole mentality of I can't admit I'm wrong. I got to double down.
Yep.
No, and the thing is that the entirety of Action Park was created because we want freedom to do whatever we want, and freedom without restrictions of some kind leads to this.
If you're not using if you're just using the microfusion cells and you're not using the laser pistol, then you should just convert those to the rifle ammo.
I suppose, yeah. How different is the rifle ammo from the regular pistol?
Well, there's the small energies for the pistols, and the rifle ammo is
microfusion. So yeah, we could
yeah.
convert our energy cells into microfusion cells.
Yeah.
I am okay with that plan, actually. Yeah, let's do that. Laser pistol, you've been good to us, but we're going up in the world.
Kaylee O'Hara, I grew up in New Jersey and was excited to see that Defunctland episode. I went to Action Park once when it was called Mountain Creek. It was okay.
It's actually run by someone who used to work at the original Action Park, and they're doing a better job. It's just they're not doing that, you know.
There you go.
I do love Dylan Pascal's line. Who among us has never wanted to feel like a Hot Wheels car? See, but the thing is, humans don't have wheels.
All right, we won't go up here. We got to go and report that we have cleared out the ghouls. Although, would it be faster just to go up that way?
Yeah, you just go up the ladder to Legion outside, and you walk around the front of the building again.
Yeah, there we go.
Patrick Caulfield, was it any wonder the Jackass guys wanted to make a movie about it? Honestly, the concept of Action Park sounds like a Jackass stunt in and of itself.
Honestly, I would like kind of a documentary style movie about like there have been some great documentaries on it, but I would like more like a documentary style movie where they follow some of the people who have been there and like, but more from their perspective.
Keen, we already told Harlan about his friend. That's why he left.
Yeah, there's just so much to explore with Action Park because the more I learn about it, the more I'm just like, man, the 80s was a weird time.
Yeah. Well, and speaking of Jackass, when do we have our whole big tell-all documentary about the history of those guys?
Yeah.
I thought they just did something. Weren't they just doing something new not long ago?
Yes, Zach, a docudrama. That's what I mean.
I sworn that Jackass did something recently.
Oh, yeah, no, but I mean like a whole history documentary of the Jackass crew.
You don't want to know. You really don't.
They've had a handful of them die terribly.
That's why I don't watch or subscribe to Jackass, because it's people hurting themselves and airing it. It's not a fun concept, and even more that they keep glorifying it.
Right. Jackass is one of those things I understood from the mentality of it's okay to have idiots doing things stupid so you can see what happens when you do something stupid, and you could say that's why you don't do it. But the problem is then, because they made it so fun and appealing, they did lead to a whole bunch of teenagers really maiming themselves trying to be them.
Yeah, the thing is,
there's supposed
not
to be
every
a room.
show
Sorry to interrupt your talk. There's supposed to be a room here which has a safe in it, which we got the combination to.
Sorry, we've gone from nuclear existentialism to Jackass existentialism.
Yeah, I just feel like not every TV show needs to be a role model, but Jackass was watched by a lot of little kids, and the fact that it was airing on networks that kids watched, like people were banning Simpsons and South Park, but Jackass I think did more harm.
Yeah, remember when they were banning Power Rangers for kids hurting themselves?
Yep.
Yeah.
Holy crap,
Exactly.
SKH's Video Productions, 2 soccer matches, 2 volleyball games, and 1 virtual talent show via Zoom that took 20 hours of work before live. That was just today. So it takes $50, and instead of a challenge, I'm asking for a plug. Come see high school work like no other. So check out SKH's Video Productions. He's done a lot of work today, and he just paid us $50, so yeah, go check out his stuff. While I continue to look for a safe.
But yeah, like, I'm fine with doing stuff like this if you don't glorify it, because Mythbusters, they hurt themselves, but they always said, don't do this at home. Here's how to do it safely. Lock out, tag out, you know. I don't mean to harp on safety, but I'm a machinist, and we had safety prep every single time.
That plus Mythbusters, I mean, they never did it for the sake of just being, you know, idiots. They did stuff for the sake of, you know, proving or disproving myths, or
we have already gotten the safe then, because there's a safe in here that's already been opened and empty.
Well, Mythbusters would distill it down to the concept of what would happen if.
Yeah, and that's why, dude, What Would Happen was a horrible show, because it's kid Mythbusters.
Yeah.
I think you might have already broken into the safe.
Yeah, they already broke in, so now I gotta figure out getting up to them to let them know that they are free to leave, and apparently this is the ending of the storyline is supposed to be very fun.
Okay.
Well, behind you is the way up.
And
there we
this
go.
led to a generation of YouTubers who hurt themselves before YouTube.
So anything fun and bright and positive that we can bring up off, to get us off this trail we've gone down?
No, there is nothing bright and positive.
I
killed a bunch of people.
You did turn the light on, so.
Brent Augustine, I just finished watching WandaVision and came in during the Korra talk. Since my mind was on superheroes, before I caught on it, it made me